Good afternoon. My name is Corey Jones, and I'm here to teach you about the U.S. immigration policy and how it changed from the 1800s to today. Now, in the beginning, we did not have a immigration policy at all, right? Um, it was an open border policy. People can come and go as they please. Now, in 1882 is when that changed, right? We had the Chinese Exclusion Act. Now, the Chinese Exclusion Act excluded Chinese from coming into the U.S. for about a year. Now, after that, we had the opening of Ellis Island, right? Ellis Island is super popular, and we had over 12 million European immigrants come over to the United States, which helped the culture and the population a lot. Now, in the 1900s, we had the Literacy Act of 1917, and then we had the Quota Acts of 1921 and 1924. Now, this was put in place to filter out southeastern Europeans, right? And this was to stop them from immigrating into the U.S. And the cause of that was because of World War One, right? According to the United States Department of State on History at state.org, the uncertainty generated over World War One made it possible for Congress to pass this legislation. So even that says it right there. This legislation was just put there to stop southeastern immigration, right? And all because of the propaganda. And later, right, post World War II, we had the Bracero Act. Now, the Bracero Act did the exact opposite. The Bracero Act let in Asians, Latin Americans, and Africans, all because during that time we needed to expand our workforce in support for the war. So during that time, we were signing contracts with other countries to let immigrants in and to give them working visas or temporary visas to let them into the country. Now, after that, we had a lot more illegal immigrants, right? So we had, and that pretty much triggered increased regulations, right? And increased laws, such as the Refugee Act of 1980, and then the Immigration Reform and Control of 1986, right? And those were put in place. What they pretty much did was they made any business who gave jobs to illegal immigrants, they made them get in trouble, pretty much. Now, post 9/11, right? After that, post 9/11, 9/11 was a very big deal because the reason it happened was because of the laxed immigration policy. Now, after that, we had the birth of Homeland Security, and immigration began to be tied in with national security, right? And that's basically saying we can't just be letting anybody else in for the security of our own native people or the people that's already here, right? Now, from homelandsecurity.gov, DHS has implemented programs to be sure immigration benefits are not granted to those who pose a national security threat. Now, that's pretty much saying if I wanted to come into the country, they would have to do background checks, really in-depth background checks, to make sure that I was never a part of any terrorist organization or I don't have any terroristic ideologies. Now, ever since 9/11, I could say immigration has been a hot political topic, just to make sure something like 9/11 never happens again. And with Democrats being pro-immigration and Republicans being totally against it, they're always butting heads, and it just trickles down the line to citizens too. So in this, I taught you how the U.S. started with their immigration policy, and how throughout the wars and throughout from the 1800s to now, it got stricter and stricter, and how now the U.S. immigration policy is changing literally year by year with different presidents coming into play, and all of that stuff is just changing all the time. That's it for me. Thank you.